Gloucestershire took a thrilling vitality blast match against Middlesex by 2 wickets with 4 balls to spare in Cheltenham. On a glorious day in the Cotswolds, Middlesex batted after winning the toss, and Stevie Eskenazi looked to make the most of that decision by plundering 3 boundaries off David Payne's opening over. In-form David Milan struck the second ball he faced over the ropes, but fell to his next ball, skying back to the bowler Graham Van Buren. In place of the missing AB de Villiers, Middlesex gave a debut to 24-year-old Dan Lincoln, who showed no nerves whatsoever as he went about his business in a very crisp fashion. And with Eskenazi also looking very good, he taking successive 4s off Benny Howell, the visitors had made 72 for 1 midway through the 9th over, when seemingly from nowhere they hit the buffers. On 40 from 26 balls, Eskenazi was stumped off Howell. Lincoln holed out to Howell off Ryan Higgins after making 30 from 24. Nick Gubbins followed 2 balls later, Ian Cobain with the catch this time, leaving it to John Simpson to clear the boundary to see his side through to a score of 91 for 4 at the halfway stage. George Scott then nicked off to Andrew Tye to go for a couple as Gloucestershire took firm control. Simpson and Toby Rowland-Jones now had a rebuilding job to do. They added 34 together, Simpson with his second maximum. But the home side then finished off the innings very well. On 14, Rowland-Jones chipped Payne to Michael Klinger. The two then combining again in the bowler's next over to remove Tom Helm for a couple. Even after conceding 13 off his first over, Payne ended with figures of 3 for 32, his final delivery seeing the back of Nathan Souter, who was held by Miles Hammond for 4. Mujib-ur-Rahman was bowled by Tye for a golden duck, leaving it to Simpson to finish off the innings, he making 42, his side ending on what appeared to be a below par 148 for 9. Yet more so as Hammond then went after Rahman, 21 runs knocked off in the opening couple of overs. But Helm then dismissed Klinger for 10 and Cobain for a duck, held by Scott in the same over to leave the hosts on 25 for 2 after 3. Hammond dominated the scoring in the power play overs, he making 44 of the 59 runs on the board and looking in excellent touch. Stephen Finn's opening over went for 15. With the power play over, Rahman returned and immediately removed Bracey for 3, Gubbins with the catch. But the Gloucesters still seem to be heading towards a comfortable win as Hammond reached a 50 off 26 balls and celebrated with his 3rd maximum. Halfway through their chase, the home team had made 84 for 4, the 4th man out being Higgins, who was trapped in front by Souter for 6. Then came the big wicket of Hammond, who was taken behind off Rowland-Jones for a fine 63, his side left needing 65 to win from 58 balls. Howell and Jack Taylor were left to try to steady the ship, the former striking Souter for successive 4s to bring the target down to 37 from 5 overs. That became 19 off 3, but Howell was gone for 33, he picking out Scott off Finn. Taylor then took 2 4s off Helm, the 18th over easing the tension for the home support. Taylor tried to finish the game off in the penultimate over, but found Rowland-Jones instead of the boundary off Finn, who then removed Van Buren next ball, meaning that Gloucestershire were left on 145 for 8 going into the last over, just 4 more runs required. Tom Smith flicked the first ball off Rowland-Jones for a couple and then found the gap through mid-wicket to take his side over the line with 2 wickets and 4 balls remaining, sending Middlesex to their first defeat of this season's campaign. It was an entertaining spectacle in front of a very good festival crowd. Middlesex now head to Cardiff to meet Glamorgan on Friday, while Gloucestershire go to Essex on Saturday.